If you look a little bit back, what can someone that would be joining PwC expect? How did you leave it?
Okay, it was like full of different emotions, like you start meeting so many people. The first day you are like all together, you don't know who is around you, if it's like other associates.
What would you tell someone that is gonna be starting now?
It's okay not knowing everything, because this guy was like asking me, okay, but I don't know, I never worked with this. And I was like, it's okay, you are here to learn.
Hi, Elena. Welcome to the Casual Side Podcast.
Hi, Andrea.
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Are you excited?
Yes, a bit.
I'm super happy to have you here today.
I'm happy of being here, I have to say, yes.
You're going to talk to us a bit about your career, your experience at PwC. I know you're an AI engineer at PwC Luxembourg. Tell us more about that and tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay, yes. I'm an AI engineer here in PwC Luxembourg. I am inside the Central Data Office department that is part of the internal firm services, and I'm in the data science team. I'm Italian. I started the job in PwC Luxembourg in September, the 1st of September 2024. And yeah, actually I arrived to Luxembourg in March 2024, so not that much long ago, I would say.
Okay,
Yes.
a bit over a year.
Yeah.
And so you're coming from Italy. How did you decide to come from Italy to Luxembourg?
It was very, very random because I graduated in Italy in October 2023 because I studied mathematics in Parma, in my hometown. Then I moved to Milan to study mathematical engineering, and there I graduated from the master. And it was October 2023, and then I was like looking for a job. I started looking in Milan at the beginning, but I didn't want to do an internship in Milan. I was like, no, I want to have a good job. That's like what everyone is dreaming about. And so actually someone on HR from a company here in Luxembourg reached out to me on LinkedIn. And they were like, okay, do you want to look these trainship positions? Because I was also looking for some positions in Paris because I know French, I know English. So I was like just looking around in Europe. And they reached out to me and they were like, okay, this position is in Luxembourg, is a trainship if you want to join. I was like, first of all, where is Luxembourg? Because I had no clue where Luxembourg was. So I looked on Google Maps. I was like, okay, Luxembourg.
Okay.
They speak French and English. I was like, okay, cool. It's easy.
Perfect.
I can speak both of them. And then I was like, okay, let's try. I did the interview and it was okay. I tried and I was like, worst case scenario, we'll go back. And instead, I arrived here and I really loved the city. So I decided to stay.
Why did you love the city? What do you like so much about Luxembourg?
Okay, on Google Maps, I didn't look at the pictures. I just looked where the Luxembourg was, like on the country itself. So I just arrived here. I expected like to be like Milan, more or less, like a big city, gray, And instead, I arrived to Luxembourg and I was like shocked. It was like so beautiful. The city itself, like so much nature, so many parks inside the city. There is like this sort of canyon around the city center. And I was like amazed by this. And I was like, wow, this is so beautiful. Doesn't seem real. So I decided to stay. And of course, also the opportunities in Luxembourg. In Italy, we don't have that many opportunities for new, like people just out of university. So when you exit university, the options are not amazing. And instead in Luxembourg, I think the offer was better, way, way better. And so like win-win.
And what were you looking for when you started your career? What type of positions? Did you already have something clear in mind?
Okay, actually, no. I have no clue. Like, the problem, I think, also of in general, universities in Italy, we don't have, in general, or at least in my course, we didn't have a mandatory internship to do. I think in France, for instance, it's a bit different. They have mandatory internships and so on and so forth. So I didn't work before. I didn't know what to expect from work, what I wanted to do. I actually at the beginning thought about doing a PhD.
Okay.
Because after university, I was like, okay, yes, this is what I know. Like doing research, I did a research thesis for my master. And
In
I was
mathematics.
Mathematical engineering,
Okay.
Yes. So I was doing like a bit of AI already there because I wanted to work with AI. And so, yes, I was like, okay, maybe I could do a PhD. But at the same time, I was curious about what is corporate, like a job in a real company. And so it was just curiosity. And I didn't know.
Start exploring what was out there, what you could fit into. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so you did your first internship in Luxembourg,
Yes.
and then you started at PwC.
Yes.
How was that experience? Tell us a bit about maybe the process where you found the position and how you started. There may be some people that are listening to this episode that are in the process of thinking to apply to PwC or in the process. So I'm sure whatever you share is going to be interesting to know. What was the process for you to join?
Yes. So I have to say I was lucky because I was already in Luxembourg. So when I arrived, I knew the internship was ending after 5 months and the company was not keeping me. So I kept it just like as an opportunity. And when I decided that I wanted to stay in Luxembourg, I was like, okay, I have to find a way to find a new job after this position. And there was the movie job fair, that is career fair in Luxembourg. It's like each 6 months, if I'm not wrong. So it was end of March, beginning of April. And it was 1 month that I was here. And I was like, okay, I already have to try to go there because otherwise, like, this is one opportunity is each 6 months.
So you were only 1 month in Luxembourg and you already
Yes.
decided this is where I'm staying.
I was like, I will try to stay. I'm not sure if I want to stay. But I was like, okay, I will try to look for something. If there is something interesting, I will stay, maybe. And actually, the movie job fair, I met a manager from IT that was like just sponsoring PwC and so on. So it was in internal firm services already. Because also I knew I was not sure if I wanted to be a consultant. I didn't know that PwC also had internal services. So I was like, okay, maybe we can give it a try. And I gave him my CV, very, very basic. Gave CV, I wrote to him on LinkedIn. The day after, I was like, yeah, yesterday we met, you remember? And he pushed the CV to other colleagues and they called me back. And that was that. I did then an interview with my manager, like my former manager that was team leader of data science and also another team leader in CDO. And they decided, yeah, I could be a fit.
Okay, and CDO is?
Central Data Office, yes. Okay. It's like my department, yes.
Okay, perfect. So you met your manager already in the process, you did the interviews. What did you think about the role? Was it something that excited you and why?
Well, at the beginning, they didn't have a position
Specific.
open. Yes, so I just sent the CV and I was hoping they were opening for me like a position. And they were like, okay, actually we are looking for someone. We didn't open a position yet, but we were looking for someone already. And so they had this idea in mind. And so they proposed to me, like the first call was not even an interview, it was just to understand what I wanted to do. So it was like these two team leaders and they were like, okay, but would you like to do more data science or like data engineering? And I was like, okay, no, data science and AI. I want to do AI.
Okay, you were sure at that point that
I
this is where you wanted to go.
Yes, because it was what I studied and what I wanted to do. And so they were like, okay, we will open a position of AI engineer. And I was like, whoa, that's cool. Like already the name, I was like, I want to do that, yes.
Yeah, okay. And then, so you started in September?
Yes.
Last year. And what was that initial experience? Like, if you can remember, if you look a little bit back, what can someone that would be joining PwC expect? How did you leave it?
Okay, it was like, full of different emotions, you know, like
Yeah.
you're just joining because, of course, I signed the contract beginning of July, so something like that. So then I was like, I will go to summer, like on holiday. I will not care about that. And then coming back to reality, coming back to Luxembourg, coming back to PwC, starting. Okay, you start meeting so many people. The first day, you are like all together. You don't know who is around you, if it's like other associates, because I was an associate, but there were like also senior associates starting with me, maybe managers starting with me, also interns started with me. So we were just everyone together, like playing games, and they were like introducing PwC to us, everything like that. And I remember that I have a problem. I meet people. I remember kind of the faces, but I don't remember the names.
Okay.
So I remember like the first week I asked so many times the names of my teammates, like, and also the people in my department. I was like struggling so much because you meet so many faces, people all together. It was difficult from that sense, but everyone was so kind. Like everyone had patience and repeated me like 200 times everything. That was nice. That was very nice of them. And I also had the opportunity of joining the Go PwC. That was the onboarding of new joiners of the last 6 months. I was lucky because it was going to Porto.
Okay.
So Go PwC was Go Porto simultaneously, and we did this like 3 days trip with all the new joiners, so other faces, other people, but also so much. So it was so good, like meeting everyone in like having the same experience also.
And this was, so you joined, you had your first day with many people. Sometimes we have onboarding days with up to 100 people. Was yours like that? Very large group?
Because it was like 1st of September, I think it was one of the largest groups. Yes.
So you joined with so many people that you started meeting, you started learning about the company. And then how long after did you went to Porto?
I think it was end of September.
End of September.
I
so you had some time
to settle down a bit, yes. Because I remember like the first week was just trainings, you know, like basic trainings of how to behave in the company, how to use your laptop,
use
like
tools.
Yes, the rules, all the awesome, what PwC is and everything. And also I had like all the software installation issues, because of course there is always an issue. So I had my laptop, you have to install all the, especially I'm in my department, we have a lot of software and like coding stuff and so on. So we had to install everything and make everything work. So I think the first 2 weeks, probably it was like that.
And what did you feel like? Do you feel now that it was good for you to kind of have a start where you can meet people? I ask you because my start was the same. You join, you get the things, you start meeting people, and it's really nice because you have a moment to kind of breathe, get to know a bit who you're working with. Was that your experience?
Yes, I was very glad that it was like that, because yes, if you just start and you maybe go directly to your team without having a moment of like realizing you're starting also, and meeting the others, like being in the same situation and sharing feelings or sharing emotions with them, I think that was the best thing. Yes.
Okay. And how was Porto? What was the experience there?
I loved it. It was amazing. My colleagues were super jealous because they didn't have a trip like that for their onboarding. I was like, I'm lucky. I was lucky, I have to say. I was lucky. But it was like amazing. Also because in that way we could meet, I'm in IFS, so internal firm services, but there is also assurance, audit, and tax. And normally we don't really cooperate during the year. So
you
in that
work
way,
too much with those departments.
Yeah, we are more like working for us. So in that way, instead, I met so many people of tax and advisor and assurance. They are still my friends also. Like I have to say, I have people that met in the Go PwC that are still my friends.
And now you're almost gonna be 1 year in the firm. How do you feel that this year has passed? Like, what is your main thoughts from this first year at the company?
It seems so long ago. And at the same time, like it passed like 1 month for me. It's like these mixed feelings. It seems like I just started, but I did so many things during the year. That's incredible. Like I met so many people. I did so many activities, so many events. It's really also like now I'm onboarding a person already, and I was like, I was onboarded 1 year ago on a project that now I'm onboarding someone on.
Okay, so maybe you can tell us a bit of if you think back and now you're onboarding this new person, what would you advise someone that is starting? If you think back at how you manage things, how you experience things, what would you tell someone that is going to be starting now? Because now we have a big start in September as well.
Yes.
So what would you tell someone that's starting?
It's okay being confused the first week. It's fine. It's okay not knowing everything, because this guy was like asking me, okay, but I don't know, I never worked with this. And I was like, it's okay, you are here to learn. Especially if you start as an associate, you are here to learn new things, new softwares, it's a new work. Yes, of course. So don't be afraid of like telling that you don't know something, but you're eager to and curious to learn that. And also asking questions, like ask questions. Nothing is stupid to ask. Like no one will tell you, you shouldn't have asked that. It's the opposite, maybe. You don't ask and then they tell you, you could have asked. I think that is, the advice I would have give to me.
Okay. And this, like, at PwC is your second experience, and it's your second experience as a company, right? So is there anything that you found, like you were curious about corporate life?
Yes.
What have you found that has in reality made you stay after a year?
Okay. I actually, of PwC, I really love the fact that everyone is young. Everyone has more or less the same age. And also all the corporate events, indeed, like we have like happy hours during summer. You can just meet with other, like hanging out with your teammates, but also meeting people of other teams. We have the staff day, that is like the summer event, the Christmas event. So many things organized. Also in the atrium, so many opportunities to activities and things to do and to learn, and I think that is amazing.
I think because a lot of people speak about it being like young, I think as I interpret it is a bit of like the culture that you feel, that there is a lot of involvement, a lot of dynamism, okay, regardless of age. We can feel that there is a lot of things going on and that you can meet a lot of people and talk to a lot of people. So they're talking about a lot of activities that we have, and pop clubs and stuff that we do with employees. I know that you are super involved in many things, so tell us about that. And why did you decide to become involved in these different things?
Okay, that's a good question. Actually, yes, because I started in September and I was like, okay, a lot of things all together. In October, there was like in the atrium, the presentation of all the clubs, the pop clubs. And I was like, just going around all the, stands and understanding what was there. One of my colleagues, he's inside the organization of the Pop Improv, so the club for improvisation.
Okay.
So he was like telling me, you should join, just try. And I was like, why not? So first of all, I joined that. And I was
Did you do it before, or was it the
never,
first time?
Never, ever. It was my first time and I love it. It's amazing. You can just express yourself. You're not afraid of judgment. And it's also helping because you are not afraid of judgment also outside, with your team, expressing yourself and saying what you think also. And then also I wanted to start a sport again, because in the last few years, like I was doing volleyball for many, many, many years.
Okay.
When I finished the bachelor, I stopped also doing volleyball. And I was like, okay, I want to start another sport. And there are so many sports here. And I was like, okay, let's just choose one. I want to try one that I never tried before. And so I started rugby. So in the presentation, I went to the stand of rugby and I was like, okay, tell me something, like, why should I join you? And we're like, yes, actually for girls is touch rugby, so you don't tackle, it's more soft. And I was like, why not?
Okay.
And
so it was your first time as well trying rugby?
Yes, of course, like just trying to get all the opportunities, And I'm still playing touch rugby. I love it. It's very nice. I'm really enjoying it. So
Were you in the tournament that was happening recently? Yeah?
Yes. Beginning of June, there is always the PwC tournament of rugby. And basically, a lot of PwCs around Europe gather every time in a different location. And they organize a tournament. For males, of course, it's normal rugby. For girls, it's touch rugby. But we had the PwC England, Ireland, Channel Islands.
That came to Luxembourg to
play in the because tournament. This year was in Luxembourg. I think last year was in France. No, last year was in London, before in France. Anyway, each year is changing. So also that, it was super cool because you can meet also other people from other PwCs, ask them like their culture and so on. And that was really crazy.
Okay. So rugby, you found in the clubs that we have here. By the way, pop clubs are internal clubs that we have with employees that get together for interests that they have. So you're part of rugby. You are part of improvisation club.
Yes.
What else?
I'm part of the Top Out. That is our club that is organizing happy hour each month. Very nice. And also organizing the ski weekend where I went. It was super nice, like one weekend of skiing organized by the club.
So you went this year and now you signed up to help organize it as well.
No. I'm just like attending. I'm not organizing that. I'm just attending all the happy hours and all the events you're organizing. And instead of in organizing stuff, I'm part of the Women in Tech Association. I joined actually, I think the organization in April or something like that. Before I joined a couple of sessions and I was like, okay, actually I'm a woman, I'm in tech. Why not? So I just tried it out and I was like, okay, that's amazing. They needed someone to help also and have some new ideas and so on. So I started also that. And each month we are having a session. And the idea of the Women in Tech community is part of the women and men community. So supporting equal rights, basically. Women in Tech community is a bit more focused on tech. And it's usually a session for other women. So, for instance, having someone that is a role model for them, like in tech especially, so that they can be inspired by this person, a director, a partner, something like that. Or sessions held by women for everyone. So sessions specifically in tech that are for everyone.
Visibility.
Yeah, making people understand that usually tech topics are held by men, but also women are good on that. So, yeah.
Okay. And now you've been part of the organization for a couple of months, a few months. And how do you feel about having joined and about being part of this experience?
Actually, it's amazing because also in that case, I have other person in the organization that are in different streams. So one is in advisory, another one is in IFS, so internal services. But are all together organizing, and we can also reach out to other PwCs, and so other women in tech. They're not called like that, but similar women in tech associations inside other PwCs around Europe. So maybe we want to organize something all together also to, spread the community.
So you get to know a lot of people as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this makes me think as well as perhaps your view to share with someone that is going to start or is starting, or perhaps having had some years at PwC and hasn't had the chance to be so involved as you are. What are you taking away from all of these experiences? Would you have something to say that you recommend it to other people? What do you feel that it brings to you?
I think it's really enriching having like so different activities that are available for everyone. Also because there is so many clubs. I think everyone should join at least one activity because of course otherwise we think about PwC as just a place to work, and instead being able also to associate to PwC another concept of like hanging out, sharing something, sharing experience, sharing, I don't know, also feelings, emotions with other people. I think it's one of the best things that PwC can give us. We should take this opportunity. Everyone should.
I have another question, which is more about work, because indeed at some point you started talking about how you found out about the position, and indeed there's not that much recognition outside of the big team of tech that we have for internally in the firm. So you mentioned that you were surprised as well. So how is it now? You've been 1 year in the position. How is it? How do you see the big team, the big department?
Okay, actually, yes, that's true. Because like from outside, we always think about PwC as assurance, advisory, and so on. But I have to say the internal services are working for PwC itself, so for the other teams. And for instance, we were working with advisory and with assurance before, with some projects, like creating a chatbot tailored for them and so on and so forth. And now, for instance, we are working with the GenAI delivery team that is under assurance. We are working together for another very big project. And so that is also nice because we are, they're asking us to work for them and work together and having a bit of recognition. We went to Nexus event, we went there, and we can meet also external people and showing what we did. But yes, of course, like we have less exposition to clients. But that's the point of being also in internal services. Of course, we work for the teams.
So you work with the different teams to deliver on their needs on AI, for example.
Yes, that's it, yes.
Okay, wonderful. So I have a few last questions for you, just to get your first thoughts that come to your mind. Okay. What is one word your team would use to describe you?
I would say extrovert.
Extrovert?
Yes, because I'm always speaking to everyone.
Yeah.
There is always like someone like, okay, this team, I'm like, yes, I think I know someone from that department. Yes, I will just go getting a coffee with this person from advisory because maybe we can work together. So yes.
So 1 year and you become like the liaison with the different teams.
Yeah, I would not say precisely that, but yes, like speaking to everyone. That's helpful in life.
Yeah, for sure. Super good. Okay. In 1 year, what is the moment that you felt most proud at the company?
I would say we did like with my ex-team leader, we did actually a client session. So we were like showing the chatbot that we did, and especially a part that I did myself. And for me, him asking me if I wanted to be with just me and him, showing this chatbot to clients.
The work that you did.
Yes, especially it was like just after the end of my probation period. So I was like arrived since, I don't know, 6 months, something like that. I was like very proud of myself. Okay, he asked me. So it means that I'm valuable. I did my job well and I can explain to them. So it was nice.
Okay. And finally, also as mode of advice, what is one thing that always motivates you at work?
That's difficult, kind of. No, I'm joking. I'm happy to go to the office actually, but I'm happy to see my colleagues.
Yeah.
That is very motivating me. Like being in the office with my colleagues, having a coffee with them. That is really motivating me.
We can see that. You're extroverted and
Yes.
you're part of so many clubs.
Yes.
Okay, Elena, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank
it
you.
was a pleasure talking with you.
It was my pleasure.
And that's it for this episode today. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you.